So what are we down here talking about, girl? I don't have no idea. I think I have 2 videos to edit and to put up. So there's a video on Patreon. If you're not on Patreon, I talked about Mama D and Scrappy. What Mama D said that she got strippers for Scrappy. My opinion about it is on Patreon. So if you want to go to join the Patreon, if you're not on Patreon and you just want to buy the video to watch it, it's $4 to just watch it without becoming a member. $4.44. I'm gonna make it $3.33, but they said something. I forgot what they said. Girl, did you see that? It was hot. And I hate when I get something hot because then it like burns your little taste buds for a while, so you can't really taste it. So, anyways, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by, girl. We are down here, girl. We gotta get our posture. Get your posture right. Get your posture right. Your mom know he's rolling around in your Range Rover.
I sponsor the. Now I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Natalie Nunn goes on lives and drags Roly Poly for filth. How old is Natalie? I feel like Natalie is too old. I don't even want to hear what she says, and I feel like she's cosplaying. I feel like her little Baps like look is a cosplay. Like she's not. And I also heard that Natalie be behind the scenes talking shit about like the culture that she is contributing to. She does not necessarily like it, but it's making her money, so she's compromising her values, principles, and integrity to make money, even though she actually cannot stand this vibe. That's the word on the street. Is Natalie is like anti-black as fuck. That's what I heard. She's anti-black, anti-ghetto, anti-gutter snipe. I've heard this about Natalie Nunn. I don't know. She's weird to me. Kim Kardashian reveals if she hooked up with Travis Barker before his marriage to her sister Courtney. Before we listen to it, I always say in Los Angeles, I'm from Los Angeles, the entertainment industry, they fuck in circles. And like I used to always say, I wouldn't be surprised if they had their own strain of STDs in the entertainment industry, because everybody actually literally fucks each other. Like they fuck in circles. And it more so has to do with not going outside of kind of the community and having sex with somebody outside of the community. The people that are within the community understand the energy behind the entertainment industry. They understand how it works. They understand that we like to keep it in community, right? And so everybody kind of like passes each other around. Um, that's just how it goes in the entertainment industry. It does. It does. So let's hear what Kim has to say about hooking up with Travis Barker before he married her sister.
And Chris still together.
Yeah, isn't that a weird one?
Hey, Jason from Are Corey and Chris still together?
Yeah, isn't that a weird one? That it said that they broke up?
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, like genuinely.
Okay, so we can confirm.
No, genuinely.
In the past, have you ever hooked up with Travis Barker?
No, I never have. Absolutely. That I do not mind you asking.
Okay.
I never have. And that really sucks that has gone on. But he dated Paris and we were all friends and we'd all like hang out. And when I was with Paris, we'd be on the road and go to like their tour in Amsterdam. And like, so I have been friends with him, but never like in that way, and never hooked up with him.
Did you have any heads up that you were going to be in his memoir, like references the crush?
No.
Okay.
No. But it would say that we never hooked up. I mean, I don't think he would allude to that information, But also Courtney was around during that time. So like they were neighbors for a decade. So like when everyone was all hanging, like he was always around with his kids. they'd always come to Courtney's house for all the birthdays. So it was like everything was super like.
Hey, are Corey and Chris still together?
Let's read some of the comments. I think it's weird that Interview still asked this question. It's disrespectful to Courtney and Travis's marriage. He had a crush on her. That's more than enough reason for Courtney not to have married him. He was so obsessed with Kim. I would never have married him if I were Courtney. Even if she did, why would she say that on a podcast when her sister is married to him now? It's silly to ask. His PR is amazing. He PR is amazing. She mastered it. Even the facial expressions, you'll never know whether it's true or not. For the people jumping straight to the comments, she did not hook up with him. That's not what his ex-wife said. She said she saw and has receipts. How y'all mad at her? That was way before Courtney. Y'all should be side-eyeing Courtney for marrying a man who was messing with her sister first. One thing a Libra gonna do is lie when they don't fucking have to. It's still weird to marry your crush's sister. It's cool when they do it. When it was Jordan, hilarious. Is that why Travis's ex-wife hates Courtney, since they were neighbors for a decade and attended her kids' birthday parties? I was talking about Shayna Mokler. You know, she was also married to Oscar De La Hoya. They actually lived on the same street. I lived in some apartments, and they lived on the same street. They lived in a cul-de-sac, and he had all of the houses in the cul-de-sac. Oscar De La Hoya. I lived on the apartments on that street. He lived like it wasn't that far. Like it was like 2 blocks over, and then it was his street. We lived on the same street, and our street ended in a cul-de-sac, and then the cul-de-sac was where Oscar De La Hoya's houses were. And he owned, I think, like 4 houses in that cul-de-sac, and that's where he lived, and his family, his mom and stuff lived right there in Montebello. That was like around, I lived in those apartments when Tupac died. Like that's how long ago those apartments, I lived in those apartments. That's the apartments that I chased that girl. That girl she was in our friend group. And when I broke up with my boyfriend, she started consoling him, but she was consoling me too, but she was consoling him for real. And then I found they were trying to keep it from me because her and I were cool. Him and I were already broke up. So the beef would be with me and her, because what are you doing consoling? Like, you're consoling me and you trying to get with him? Like, they are, I don't know from what my understanding, well, they ended up getting married, actually. They ended up getting married and having children. I don't know if they're still married, but yeah, last time I heard is that they actually got married. And I remember I told you I went up to her job. She worked at J.C. Penney's in the mall, and I was walking through the clothes, and she saw me, baby. She was shook. I told that bitch, you better look over your shoulder for the rest of your life, bitch, because I forgive like the mafia hoe. If I ever see you bitches on sight, because you disrespected me. Don't console me. Now I could see if you wasn't consoling me and acting like, oh my God, I broke up with my boyfriend. And she's like, girl, it's okay, girl. Meanwhile, you over there with your up in his face. So now I got to punch you in your face. I got to rearrange your face, not his, yours, because we was already broke up. But you went after me while you're consoling me. Now, has she just like cut out, like a lot of his friends, like just kind of stopped talking to me, which is normal, right? You ain't with her. We like her as long as you like her. You don't like her anymore. That was the first time I met somebody named Hennessy, one of his friends from Guadalajara, Guerrito. His sister, his niece name was Hennessy. That was the first kid I ever met named Hennessy. Anyway, yeah, they was Guerritos, blonde hair and blue eyes from Mexico. Anyways, yeah, and I chased her down the hallway. I would never forget that, because I was like, what's going on? I walked down the hall because we all lived in the same apartment. Like his friend, the one with the niece named Hennessy, he lived down the hall. So we would have our doors open. Like, it was like, I don't want to say it was like Melrose Place, but we all lived in the same hall. So we would have our doors open to our apartment. So, you could just walk in and out or whatever. So I walked down to his apartment, And then he was acting real weird, right? And then they were over his house and he was trying to keep me from going in the room. And I was like, what's going on? Why are you acting so weird? And so then I walked in the room. His ass was hiding behind the door. And I think her ass was in the closet. She was somewhere, but then she started running down the hall. And then he went and got his car and like picked her up because I was chasing her down the hall. And then after I went up to her job and I told her, I'm going to beat your ass because you disrespected me, right? Had you gone on about your business, you didn't have to console me. Don't be acting like you my friend while you trying to sleep with my ex-boyfriend, bitch. I'm going to beat you up. I don't believe in fighting women over men, but that is a matter of principles. You were consoling me. Had you not been consoling me, I wouldn't have tried to beat your ass. This is what I'm trying to say. Then when I tell you I was running I was running down that hall after that bitch. I was like, girl, you lucky girl. That girl is so lucky I didn't get a hold of her. She is, I know she probably thinks about that to this day. Cause I'll tell you, I was booking it down that hallway. And she jumped into his truck. He was hiding behind the door. And I think I can't remember where she was, but she like ran out of the room and like it was behind me. And then I noticed it was her. And then I was like, you fucking bitch. He was hiding behind the door like a little bitch ass nigga that he is, hiding behind the door. And he was super tall. He like 6'4", hiding behind the door like this. And so when I wasn't even concerned about him. I was like, nigga, whatever. I'm on her ass, right? Bucking down the hall. He, I guess, came out, got in his car, and then like she was outside of the apartment by the time I got, and then like she had just jumped in his truck as soon as I got out of the door. Had he had not got that car to go get her, we would have been tearing them streets of Montebello up. Do you hear me, girl? I sure did. So I don't care if Travis, I mean, like I said, that there's the circles. Look at Tyga messed with who? Two people in their group. I'm telling you, the girls just fucking circles. The girls and the boys, they fucking circles in Los Angeles. That's all I said. All that to say that. But yeah, I almost beat that girl. That girl. I'm telling you that girl. I've told y'all about that story before because I went up to her job after at the mall. I was like, bitch, I know where you work. You can run, but you can't hide, ho. And then I stopped hanging. I moved back home. I moved out of that apartment and then I moved back home. And then, like I stopped being in that area. So I didn't really see her at all. But yeah, I wanted a piece of that bitch. I did. Girl, I wanted a piece of her. I did. Cause it's like I said, had you not tried, if you were not trying to befriend me and call yourself consoling me while you were in his face, we would not have a problem. Like if you were just like, okay, girl, well, y'all not together anymore. I'm going after him now or whatever. And whatever, that's fine. But you trying to be cool with me, trying to be like, oh, Eric, I'm so sorry, girl, and hugging me and stuff like that. Because remember, I broke up with him because I overheard him using the N-word. And isn't it funny? He's a cop now. Well, last time I heard he's a cop. I don't know if he's still a cop. I don't even know if they're still together. I assume that they are. She ain't going nowhere. She's built like a double Whopper Junior. So she ain't going nowhere. Last time I heard, unless she didn't get on some Ozempic or something, but the last time I heard, she was built like a linebacker, like what the girls say down to the Black Bistro. What is it? Down to the Expo, down to the event. Letitia and them. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see what else is going on. T.S. Madison, racist white people and homophobic black people are two sides of the same coin. Yes, absolutely. Right? Because you have your white male, heterosexual, Christian, thin, able-bodied, right? So anything that's the status quo. That's what you have to live up to. If you are not male, we don't like you. If you are not heterosexual, we don't like you. If you're not Christian, we don't like you. If you're not white or light skin in the color spectrum, we don't like you. If you're not thin, we don't like you. If you're not able-bodied, we do not like you. You are outside. You are considered queer. right? That's why I think it's hilarious that in the white part, right, where there's white male, it's cis male, it's not trans male, it's cis male. For white, you know, in color, where there is a color spectrum of people, the white can be considered light skin, right? But it still falls under the same umbrella. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, I had to come back. I paused it, but when I paused it, it stopped. So I don't know how much we did before. This is still hot. What were we talking about? We didn't even get into the topics. Oh, we were talking about what T.S. Madison said, that black homophobic people are like racist white people. I think it's 100% true, because it's I also think it's weird for anybody to be like for anybody to say I don't agree with your lifestyle. Girl, shut the fuck up. I think that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. I don't agree with it. It's not for you. My life and how I live it is nothing for you to approve or deny or reject. It's not for you to approve or reject. You actually have no bearing over my life. How you feel about how I live my life actually has no bearing. Your agreement or disagreement of how I live my life means absolutely nothing. Your opinion means nothing. It carries no power. It carries no weight. It carries nothing. It's just air coming out of your mouth. That's it. Now, if I'm harming children, animals, and elderly people and other people, then you can step in and be like, hey, we got a problem with your lifestyle. But if you're concerned about what I do with my genitalia, as you tell everybody, we don't care what you do in your bedroom. I just don't agree with it. I don't give a fuck. Your agreement or rejection it literally means nothing. It carries nothing. You actually don't have any power. I know a lot of you weird motherfuckers feel powerful being able to tell someone that you don't agree with their lifestyle, but it means nothing. Your opinion means absolutely nothing. And then what is also really sad is what you align your racial identity with. Like this person here, this is what they aligned with their racial identity. Hold on. They said hung from trees, skinned, burned, boiled alive, fed to gators, denied voting, access to home ownership, schooling, unjustly detained, arrested, etc., etc. Sorry, not even close. If that is how you define your racial identity in comparison to people who are anti-gay, I feel sorry for you. If your racial identity is only rooted in being hung from trees and fed to alligators and not being allowed to vote or being considered 3/5 of a person, you have to dig deeper into your racial identity and actually, why don't you put some things to be proud of? You're talking about how people treat you based on your racial identity and ignoring the fact that gay people are treated the same. Gay people have been hung from trees, burned, skinned, boiled alive, denied home ownership, denied schooling, denied employment, unjustly detained and arrested. Same things. So if you want to compare struggles, if you want to play the oppression Olympics, we can play the oppression Olympics. But the truth of the matter is, when you are outside of white, male, heterosexual, Christian, thin, and able body, you are othered. And if all you're doing is running around reinforcing ideas of heterosexuality and Christianity and male identity and whiteness or lightness, you are only reinforcing the tenets of white nationalism and the delusion that they live under. Before colonialism and imperialism, people were living free. The third gender was living free. They didn't have people running their fingers at them and yelling at them and screaming at them. The men were accepted. Nobody was telling them, you can't do this, you can't dress like this, you can't. You have to live in this box that we've created in order to control you. So when you're running around anti-gay, homophobic, transphobic. All you're doing is spending your blip of a life on earth reinforcing ideas that don't even serve you.
Real good. The volume is real loud over there.
You are less than smart. You are ignorant. You have, and I know that's when you feel powerful. You don't feel powerful anywhere else, but if you feel powerful in being able to subjugate, oppress, being able to be on that side where you can tell somebody, I don't agree with your existence. I don't agree with how you show up. The same idea that white people do to black people. I don't agree with your blackness. I don't like the way you show up in this space. I want to end your life. I want to end your existence. I don't agree with the way that you look. I don't agree with your skin color. It is the same exact thing. She's absolutely right. And then people in the comments associating their racial identity with the most disgusting, harmful ideas. So that's how you see, that's literally how you see, if you only see, you see your blackness in comparison to people who are gay, and you want to say it's different because I didn't choose to be black. Yes, you did, because your racial identity is also a social construct. It's not real. It was only created, and you agree to it, but it was only created to oppress you, to make a distinct difference between you and them in an effort to oppress you and do the things that they have done. They do the same exact thing to gay people, and y'all participate in it because it makes you feel powerful, because clearly there's no power in your racial identity if all you can associate with your racial identity is being hung from a tree and being denied voting access. You don't have a very good view of yourself. It's still burning up. I'm burning up, burning up. Look how hot it is. For your love, for your love. Oh, do you want to see me down on my knees? I'm bending over backwards now. Would you be pleased? I'm not the others. I'll do anything. I'm not the same. I have no shame. I'm on fire. Hey. Don't. Oh, do you want to see me down on my knees? I'm bending over backwards now. Would you be pleased? I'm not the others. I'll do anything. I'm not the same. I have no shame. I'm on fire. Oh, yeah, I'm burning up. Come on, I'm burning up. Come on, I'm burning up. You know you got me burning up, baby. You know you got me burning up, baby. Burning up for your love. Hey, come on, Madge. Yes. I was in elementary school singing that song. Do you want to see me down on my knees, bending over backwards? I have no shame. Girl, what? Madonna was ruining Gen X. She was ruining the girls and the boys. I have to leave this I have to leave it open just for a little while so it could cool down. Yeah. So let me read some of the comments. It's really sad. It's really sad, but a lot of black people are homophobic, and they get it from their Bible. They get it from their Bible. Same Bible they get that says that men are supposed to protect and provide for you. Same Bible, the same Bible. That they get all of this, that they get these ideologies from the Bible. Even Madison's post said this. It said, "This is a hard pill to swallow." She posted an image that said racist white people and homophobic black people are two sides of the same coin. They absolutely are. That is a 100% factual statement. 100% factual statement. They act the same way, don't want to be called the things like Tammy Roman. She's homophobic, right? She doesn't want her daughter's girlfriend coming, her 30-year-old daughter's girlfriend coming to her graduation because she has to determine on whether the relationship is on a solid ground in order for her to come around more. So I wonder if it was a man, would she have a different idea? But she's very much Mama D light. You know, Mama D is over there having her son sexually assaulted, so they won't be gay, right? You have Tammy Roman doesn't want her daughter's girlfriend to come to her daughter's graduation. I'm sorry, this is my motherfucking graduation. I'm not graduating for you. Are you going to come to my graduation? My girlfriend will be there. You don't have to come if you don't want to. I could send you an announcement and some pictures. But I'm 30 years old. My girlfriend will be at my graduation. You don't have to see whether or not my relationship is on a solid ground before you support it. You don't have to support it at all. Actually, your support isn't needed. So that kind of homophobia, right? But then at the same time, you will have a gay man doing your makeup and styling you, right? Right. Let's read some of the comments so that we can see how Madison is affirmed in her idea. First, she said that Black homophobic people and white racist people are two sides of the same coin, right? Because racist white people, that's what I say when Chick-fil-A, this is how I just said it the other day. Chick-fil-A, if you have an issue with gay people and you give money and support anti-gay organizations, I assume you don't like Black people, because that's outside of your idea of what should be presented in the world as whiteness, right? So I have an idea that you don't like Black people. If you don't like gay people, I'm going to assume you don't like Black people as a white organization, because two of those things are outside of the box. White, you're Black. Gay or heterosexual, you gay. So they don't like either one of those things. Again, if you give and promote and support and encourage anti-LGBTQ organizations, I am going to go out on a limb and assume that you are also a racist organization. Whether or not you employ Black people or not, I'm going to assume you are a racist, homophobic organization, because those two things run lock and step with each other. Trust and believe. So Madison said, this is a hard pill to swallow for some, because y'all done let white Jesus be your common denominator. And that's where it's all riddled in. Your ideas on how people should show up come from the Bible. Even the way y'all navigate your romantic relationship, all of that shit comes from a patriarchal handbook. And part of the patriarchy is white patriarchy. White male hetero, I say it all the time, white male heterosexual Christian, thin, and able body. Anything outside of that, you are othered. If you are a woman, Black, lesbian, Buddhist, you are outside of the box. And Black people, I don't know if it's unwittingly, I don't know. You do not realize that when you run around reinforcing the straight agenda, you are working lock and step with the agents who are here to reinforce the patriarchy. That's why I don't understand Black women who are homophobic. I don't understand at all, because you are already Black and woman. You are already two steps outside of the status quo. Now you want to be homophobic? Why? Because that makes you feel powerful, because you don't feel powerful as a woman or a Black person. So being able to shake your finger at gay people helps you feel like you're on the same side as your white oppressors. I'm just asking. You let me know. It's so unfortunate to see, but to my queer family, it might be hard to cut folks off and say that they love you, but notice how easy it is for them to throw you out into the street or blatantly disrespect you without breaking a sweat. Choose you always. Let's read some of the comments. But I didn't ask to be Black. However, you chose to be trans, not the same thing. Y'all confuse someone not agreeing with your lifestyle as homophobia when it's not. It's not the same. Please stop doing this. We didn't choose to be black. Let that sink in. And now my question is, if you didn't choose to be black, would you be white? For those in the comment section saying that they didn't choose to be black, comma, my question is, if you had a choice, would you choose to be white if that's a problem? Question mark. Some of y'all be acting like it's a problem to be black. I'll tell you one thing, even though my existence, I feel like I call myself queer because I feel like everything that is in the box, I reject it. I reject the illusion of white as a superior skin color. I reject the male identity as superior over women. I reject heterosexuality as being the default sexuality of all people. I actually believe straight is the agenda and not gay. Once again, it's something opposite in an upside down world. Christian, I reject those ideas and how they use this book to harm and oppress people. The coffee is so good. When I tell you coffee is so good, like super hot, so good. Rejection of fat people, rejection of disabled people. I don't agree with any of that. I'm queer. I'm all out of that box. I'm a woman. And to be honest, when I am saying, oh, I've never had to fix my mouth to in an effort to kind of excuse my homophobia and say that oh, I didn't choose to be black. I would choose it every time. That wouldn't even be a rebuttal of mine. I didn't choose to be black, so would you have chosen to be white? Some of you might have, because y'all be in there bleaching, slathering bleaching cream all over. You want to be white. That's when I say that whiteness, the illusion of whiteness is a cancer. You're actually putting slathering stuff on your body so that you can have light skin. That's a sickness. There's something wrong. There's something terribly wrong. When you read some of these comments, it just affirms what Madison said. People don't want to be called racist. White people don't like to be called racist, but they want to be able to be racist. Black people don't want to be called homophobic, but y'all be homophobic. Black people be putting their kids out and everything like that. That's the reason why the girls in the balls and stuff like that, they are in houses with their mothers. If you didn't get a glimpse of what it actually looks like, watch Pose so you can see a glimpse of what it actually looks like for these Black and Latino families and brown families, Black and brown families, Asian families as well, kick their kids out, put their kids on the street. So the kids have to find another mother and father and other brothers and sisters. And they created houses because y'all done kicked your kids out. You black people have kicked their queer kids onto the streets when they were teenagers and they had to go find a home. So we're not going to act like it doesn't exist. We're not going to act like a lot of black people are anti-gay. You don't want to, if you don't want anybody to say you're afraid of gay people, you have to be afraid of gay people if you're willing to have your son sexually assaulted to prove he's not gay. You have to have a problem with gay people if you're telling your 30-year-old adult daughter that she can't bring her girlfriend to her graduation. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you, Tammy? You, girl, you would not. I would not. I would be like, well, she's coming. She would come. She would come to the graduation. She would be there. Jasmine or Jazz, whatever her daughter's name is, she needs to take her power back. Take your power back from your mother. I would never let my mother dictate who came around me or not. My graduation, you're telling me I can't invite my girlfriend to the graduation because you feel uncomfortable? How about you stay home where you feel comfortable? Why don't you stay where you feel comfortable? I'm gonna read some more of the comments. These comments are definitely proving her case. Ironic when people want to be loved and accepted for who they are when they couldn't even love and accept themselves for how they were born. So I hope you never dye your hair. I hope you never wear anything that clears up your hyperpigmentation. I hope you never do anything to affirm your gender. I hope you don't put on lip plumping lip gloss. I hope you don't wear high heels. I hope you don't wear makeup at all, because all of that is gender affirming care. So if you are happy with the way that you were born, you are not making any changes to your body or your face, right? Question mark. It's a shame that all these comments are proving the exact point mentioned in the post. Y'all are so worried and bothered by TS's gender and drawing up your own conclusions that you're completely missing the point. All she said was choose yourself. It's sad that it be your own people. After reading these comments, I am affirmed that just because we share identity does not mean we are in community, period. And I am so thankful and grateful that I am not in community with these ignorant, racist, homophobic Black people in these comments. There's like, I think living in America or being American or, residing here, it kind of, you do have some kind of bigotry happening. There can be some bigotry in you, right? Where you have this issue with white people, and it's as a response to years and years in history of racism. Queer people are dealing with the same thing and have been dealing with it over time. But in this specific system of a patriarchy, this hierarchy, there is a rejection of the feminine, and homosexuality is looked at as men being women or men wanting to be women. Like even Black women, the first thing y'all, when y'all get into an argument with a gay man, the first thing you say is, you want to be us. You want to be us. You want to be us. You want to be like us. You want what I got. You want to be us. You want to be like us. You want a pussy like me. Y'all start throwing pussies. And then with the trans girls, y'all be throwing pussies and dicks. I got a pussy, you don't. These niggas don't give a fuck. I got a period, you don't. Well, periods are something I feel like we need to change the way that we approach periods, how girls enter into puberty. I feel like, I was like, what is that? I can see it's shiny. It's the zipper. The girls, the girls, the girls are fighting with the trans girls over these musty ass men. He want me. He want me more than he wants you. You know what I say? There's no sisterhood when a man is in proximity. Sisterhood is out the window, girl. The girls are sister who? When there's a man, the girls' tongues fall out of their mouth and hit the floor, and their eyes start going like this. And that's for the trans girls and the cis girls as well. Y'all don't know how to act when there's a cisgender man in proximity. Y'all really don't know how to act. And then y'all be fighting over these niggas, and these niggas be killing both the trans girls and the cis girls every fucking day. They killing one of us, and y'all be fighting over these niggas. Girl, I wish the fuck I would. But to be so concerned, because I really feel like it's a power play. It's, you don't have any power anywhere else, and so you feel powerful being able to tell somebody you don't agree with them, they are a man. Like when I see, and it's what's crazy is it's always women, because the men don't care. They really don't care. They will perform as if they care, because that helps with them being able to triangulate. So if they are violent and end up killing one of these trans women, they can come out and be like, see, oh, no, I was tricked. 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 And these niggas lie to y'all for every other thing, but y'all will believe them if they say they was tricked by a trans woman. So the men really don't care. It'd be the women in the comments just going off, because this society makes women seek men for validation in their identities. That's why Madison said, choose yourself. Y'all seek this white Jesus. You seek white Jesus translates to men. You're looking at men for validation, men that you will claim you don't trust, that you hate, that you're attracted to. And then when trans women come out and say these men are a detriment to us, y'all don't want to fucking listen. But they're a detriment to you too. And y'all be fighting over these niggas throwing your dicks and throwing pussies at each other. He wants my pussy. Well, he wants my dick, bitch, and my titties at the top. That's what they be trying to tell you. And then y'all be arguing with the trans girls about, and the trans girls be arguing with the cis women about men wanting them and desiring them. These men don't give a fuck. They're not in the comments. The only time they're in the comments is when they need to triangulate and then make you feel a certain way about your own identity, your cis identity. And so now you feel insecure, and now you feel you need to argue with these women about their identities and tell them, you're a man. You're a man. So girl, and so what? These niggas still want to fuck me. That's what you only care about, because that's all y'all be talking about, is whether or not these niggas want y'all or not. You want to be us. Girl, the way these niggas be treating you, and you have a whole pussy. Are you getting any preferential treatment? Is the pussy giving you any preferential treatment? No, it doesn't. It'd be the women in the comments, because they still see men as the prize at the end of the day. T.S. Madison was right. That statement she made is right. I'm confused. Just respect who respects you. Focusing on universal approval is futile and an exhausting endeavor. The goal should be self-acceptance and cultivating authentic relationship. That goes for every living being. Girl, they call you bro and dude, and you got a whole pussy. So what's the difference? Straight people hate to hear the truth. No, they're not. Black people and race have no choice. Gay people have a choice. Go straight. That's why I will always support queer people, because they reject white, male, heterosexual, Christian, thin, able-bodied ideas. I will always be in support, especially Black trans women, because they dismantled the whole box that they want you to live in. They literally, their existence dismantles it. Their existence tells you that the box isn't real. Madison's existence, Hope Giselle, Dominique Morgan, all of the girls, their existence proves and shatters that white male heterosexual matrix box that they want people to be confined in and stuck in and repressed in and bogged down and neck and head hurting because you're in some kind of box. And when you run around shaking your finger at trans people, when you run around saying you don't want your daughter to invite her girlfriend to her graduation, all you're doing is reinforcing ideas that oppress you. A woman, a homophobic woman, something's not right in your brain, because the system is already designed against you. You feel powerful being able to say and shake your finger and tell someone else you are not good enough and this is not how you should be living and you need to go straight. And what is the one that they love to say? I love the sinner and not the sin. Meanwhile, the men who are trying to reinforce these, they're They have a browser history full of child pee. They have RAPE videos in their browser history. They are participating in harming children and sharing images of children in inappropriate situations, but shaking their finger at gay people. It's really sad. It is really sad. I'd be feeling sorry, especially for black people who are homophobic. I just really be like, how are you homophobic? You black. Shut up. You sound stupid as hell. But I think it's a way to make people feel powerful where they don't feel power in their racial identity. There's no way you can feel power in your racial identity when you say, I didn't choose to be black. So would you choose to be something else? Would you choose to not have melanin in your skin? I would choose it. I would choose it every time. Despite this world being fucked up and ran by some fucked up men, some fucked up, disgusting, vile men, I would always choose to be a woman. I would never, there's no way I would want to be the mutation of the blueprint. Are you crazy? Nothing. I wouldn't want to be white. I would, girl. If I have to come back to this motherfucker and I come back to this dimension, I would choose black woman every time. Black female body every time. Black female. I'm going back to the Patrix. Okay, I get to choose. Okay, I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna come back as a black woman again. Black female body. Thank you. Here I am. Wham, a baby again. But this time, I'm going to really pay attention to all the deja vu. And I'm going to travel this journey solo. I would not change it for the world. I would not change my identity. I didn't choose to be, girl. I did. I want to be a black female every single freaking time with a pussy. Yep. Yep. I want to come from that line of civilization, the blueprint of all this shit. I don't want to be the mutation of nothing. Mm-mm. No way. I did. That's sad. I chose to be black. I don't know about y'all. The people said they didn't choose to be black. I chose to be black. Thank you. I had a choice. Thank you. I'm choosing every time. People are real ignorant. Kevin Federline, he wants some money out of Britney Spears. He has a book coming out. I hope he sells 3 books. And I hope the only people that buy him is his mama and his 2 sons. I hope nobody buys Kevin Federline's book, because you're not going to keep siphoning and using Britney Spears as a resource. Like, and it's so crazy that she had a song, I'm a Slave, because she was literally a slave, just a machine here to dance and sing. And these men put you in a conservatorship. And now you are paying the dad, paying everybody, doing what is happening to Wendy Williams, siphoning off of this woman, all her hard work, her dedication to her craft, her skill, and y'all just want to take her money instead of earning it yourself. Kevin Federline, I hope you sell 0 books. Talking about he feels like somebody needs to intervene with Britney Spears. Again, this is recent. This is not something, oh, this is recent. He has a book coming out in a week or so. Or I think it might be already out. It's either the 12th, I don't know. I don't remember. It comes out this month. But I'm glad that, what's his name from, I think he's from E, and he was asking him all the questions. What's his name? What's his name that does the interviews on Entertainment Tonight? I can't remember his name, but he interviewed Kevin Federline, and he says that she called Justin Timberlake the night before their wedding, that she is in desperate need. He wants her to get some help. She's erratic around their two sons. And Britney Spears came out and said, the constant gaslighting from ex-husband is extremely hurtful and exhausting. I've always pleaded and screamed to have a life with my boys. Relationships with teenage boys is complex. I have felt demoralized by the situation, and have always asked and almost begged for them to be a part of my life. Sadly, they've always witnessed a lack of respect shown by own father for me. They need to take responsibility for themselves, with one son only seeing me 45 minutes in the past 5 years, and the other one only 4 visits in the past 5 years. I have pride too. From now on, I will let them know when I am available. Trust me, those white lies in that book, they are going straight to the bank, and I'm the only one who genuinely gets hurt here. I will always love them, and if you really know me, you won't pay attention to the tabloids of my mental health and drinking. I am actually a pretty intelligent woman who has been trying to live a sacred and private life for the past 5 years. I speak on this because I have had enough, and any real woman would do the same. I don't blame her. Like, you nigga, all you doing is lying on me, you're a grifter, and you found a woman who was young enough, desperate enough to marry you, have 2 children by you, a superstar, a pop superstar, while you are a background dancer and the baby daddy to, what's her name? Sherry Jackson. What's her name? Is that her name? From Moesha. That's your baby mama. That was your claim to fame when you met Britney Spears. Even what's her name tried to come out and try to talk shit to Britney Spears. I remember that. Y'all thought Kevin Federline was the fucking prize. And this man has been siphoning off of Britney Spears for the life of her children. Even moved to Hawaii so he can get more of a settlement, more child support. Talking about, all of our child support stuff was done under the laws of California. Okay, but you moved to Hawaii and wrote a book. He fears something bad will happen to her. It's time to sound the alarm. I wish she would get help for her 2 sons who are 20 and 19. She spent 13 years in conservatorship under her father's thumb. In November 2021, the judge terminated their arrangement. Finally, he says she's an absentee mother. Well, her sons are past the age of, y'all had her in a conservatorship the entire time. How could she actually be a fucking present mom when all y'all were having her do was work for y'all so that y'all could make money? Fuck Kevin Federline and Jamie Spears. That's all it sounds like to me. I believe Britney. The men in her life have absolutely betrayed her. And that's what I was saying earlier. This man or woman, somebody posted this man asking this woman, have you ever felt protected by black men? No, I haven't. No, oh my God, girl, that's not their job. All this patriarchal bullshit where you guys think that men are leading, that being straight is the default setting for people, that only men and women belong together. Like all this, I just wish y'all would just update your operating system, because it's like black people are conservatives. They are conservatives. They want to conserve white, male, heterosexual Christian ideas. They do. I'm about to make me some more coffee. All right, this video is too long because this was the second part of the first part, and the first part unpaused because the phone went to sleep. So we're going to come back for another video. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Y'all let me know what you think about it. I think that homophobic black people are the equivalent to a white racist, because typically white racists are homophobic. what's crazy is a lot of gay white men are racist and misogynistic and can't and hate women, right? Risk be broke, but hate women. And that's to me, if you meet a man who doesn't like a woman in a system of patriarchy, I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, that's how you were socialized. You are socialized to not like women, right? I have to accept that. You guys are socialized to believe like the worst thing that you can be in the world is like a girl. So I'm going to expect you to grow up and have an issue with girls to women because that's how you're socialized. And I'm not going to expect you to protect and provide for me. I'm not going to expect you to protect and provide for me because I know also under a system of patriarchy, you are my apex predator. And I know that based on studies and surveys and statistics, the closer that you are to me, the more dangerous you are to me. So I'm not going to expect you to protect and provide for me while also needing to be aware of how you're moving because you're also preying and you're a predator. You also have been taught the way to catch one of these girls is to get them their eyes wound up in romance and love and then love bomb them. And then you also live in a system where I'm the prize. So that's there's a lot going on here, and you have to, that when you decenter men, that's when you realize like, oh, everything that I expected of them I should not expect of them. Everything they say about me is actually how they're moving around. They're just projecting all of it onto me. The idea that you're just going to be this lonely old woman with a bunch of cats is not as bad as living in a house where you have to manage somebody else's emotions, or they're trying to manage everybody's emotions by their fucked up behavior. And then they can weaponize incompetence. They also have an excuse for their identity built in. A man will be a man, a boy will be a boy. You never hear that phrase used in alignment with the good behavior. You only hear that phrase used when we're trying to excuse bad behavior. That is the reason why Julia Fox interrupted Marlon Wayans. I actually cannot trust a black man's idea of what a man should be, especially knowing we come from how they're socialized to be hyper masculine. So what is your idea of what a man should be? And then you hear him start talking and Julia Fox just interrupts him, and she should. I'm going to interrupt you because I know you're about to say some shit. I can tell you what a good man is. I'm a woman in a system of patriarchy. I'll tell you what a good man is. You don't get to tell me what a good man is because what y'all think are good men, y'all want Puffy out on the street. Y'all want a free Puffy. So your definition of what a good man is can't be trusted, Marlon. I understand you have a trans child, but I still can't trust your idea of what you think a man should be, because in the culture that you belong to, your manhood is questioned and dissected so much that you won't even eat a popsicle. You won't even eat a banana. You won't eat a pickle. You come from a system and a culture where the men say pause so that you don't have any image of them being with another man. So your ideas and definitions on what a man should be more than likely is extremely skewed. So I'm going to interrupt you and I will tell you, because what is a good man? Because again, what y'all think are good men are not. They're actually violent, harmful men. You have a group of people who want Puffy to be free, Tory Lanez to be free, men who actively harm people, and not just women, children, other men. So I'm going to interrupt you. And no woman should stand in front of Marlon and be like, oh, she interrupted this black man. Yeah, because I know what the fuck he's about to say. And the way they like to let their guard down around white women, she probably knows black men better than you know black men. Catch that, T. Did you catch it? Oh, okay. I'm just saying, I'm not going to trust what you have to say on what you think a man, a good man is. Julia Fox interrupted Marlon Wayans, as she should. And then her interrupting him, he said that she was acting like a man. So his idea is a person talking over a person is what men do. That's not a good quality to have. So again, I'm back to not being able to trust what you say is a good man. Because when Julia Fox interrupted him, he said she did something like a man. So in your eyes, you know that men talk over other people and interrupt, especially women. So I can't trust what you think is a good man because you've already aligned a poor communication habit and pointed it out and pointed at Julia Fox and said, "You're like a man." Hold on, let me find it. Julia Fox, Marlon Wayans. And then we're going to go.
What real the youth needs to hear what real men are. I think there's there's masculinity.
But what are real men?
Right. To me, a real man is a responsible man.
Because every time a man does some fuck shit, they'll be like, "That's not a real man," and it's like, looks like a man to me.
That's a scapegoat that men do. And women do it too. They'll see a man doing something and then be like, "That's what boys do," or "That's not a man. That's not a real man." What are you talking about? This is what men do. Don't try to deny him his identity because he's doing something that men do, but in public you want to act like that's not what men do. That's what men do. That's how they behave. That's what men do. Stop trying to say, "Oh, that's what a little boy would do." No, that's what a man would do. He's doing what men do. That's why I'm saying that's why she interrupted him, because what are you about to say? He said a good man was somebody was what?
A real man is in touch with his feminine side.
He said a real man is in touch with his feminine side.
Looks like a duck, yeah.
I think a real man is knows how to unstrap from his ego.
I don't know. I think
a real man knows how to unstrap from his ego. And here's her.
Real man thing is just a thing like that people invented to like excuse bad behavior. You know.
Yeah,
like all men are real men.
Said like a real man.
Period.
Yeah,
Say how it is.
I think I think being like to further add on what she's saying, I think there's this false narrative of what real men do, and I think it's tied into privilege and masculinity, and I think exploring that in films is important because we're raising these young boys to be men, and we can go that extra step to educate boys and on that journey of how to tap into the femininity, the vulnerability. That way we can further protect women. The youth needs to hear what real men are. I think there's there's masculinity.
But what are real men?
See, and that's what she's talking about. And see, somebody say, "Hey, she interrupted that black man." Girl, let me tell you something. How many times has a man done something disgusting and men will be like, "That's not a real man"? So what is a real man? You're trying to not be aligned with somebody's bad behavior and say that that's not what men do, but a man did it. So what is that? So what is this thing? What is a real man? Because society does not, this idea where you're like, "Oh, a man is in touch with his femininity." Marlon, that is some new, you're updating your operating system, probably because you have a trans child. You're updating your operating system. I don't think 10 years ago you would say that a real man is in touch with his femininity and knows how to unstrap his ego. That's something that you're learning. That's something that you would like the majority of the men to step into. But you have to be honest when you're talking about men and how they show up in society. So don't say, well, we have to, we need to show the youth what a real man is. What is a real man? Because when I see men doing fuck shit, I see a man doing fuck shit. And then when he's doing fuck shit, y'all like to say, that's a boy. That's not a real man. No, that's a man doing that. I completely understood what Julia Fox was trying to say. And then Marlon says, spoken like a real man to her. And then you trying to be funny. Well, I mean, okay. Okay, you can try to be funny. You come from funny family. Okay, fine. But then the other guy goes on to explain, yeah, a lot of the time you guys say what a real man is. And when you start describing a real man, it's about privilege and masculinity and how to perform masculinity in a way that reaffirms your gender identity or even your sexuality. There's men who lose their shit and kill people when you question their heterosexuality. Meanwhile, men, but they will kill you over the idea that, oh, you know that they have sex with men. So I understood exactly what she said. And then I saw some woman say, she talked over that black man, girl. That's one thing y'all know how to do is put a goddamn cape and your boots on and whirl around in a goddamn phone booth ready to go save some man, to stand in front of some man. And then be looking crazy when they call y'all masculine. Stop standing in front of them. Stop standing in front of them.
Right. To me, a real man is a responsible
Because
man.
every time a man does some fuck shit, they'll be like, "That's not a real man," and it's like, looks like a man to me.
I think a real man is in touch with his
Looks like a
feminine
duck
side.
and it walks like
You
a
know what I
duck.
mean?
Yeah.
I think a real
Yeah, so what is a real man?
man is, you know.
In the comments, let him talk. Can you be quiet? Did Julia and Marlon not get along during filming or something? She was cutting him off like a gangrene toe. White women are so exhausting. She's literally like, what the fuck? She's literally right. What the fuck are these comments about? She's absolutely right. She is, but because she's a white woman speaking over a black man and not letting him get a word out, which is something white people do a lot. So if she had just waited till he finished, that would have really been the right point. The real man is a man who kept his cool while being talked over and disregarded in a conversation. Would have loved to have heard him finish his answer. Marlon was giving a thoughtful, non-toxic definition of being a real man, and she interrupted him multiple times. She was cutting off Marlon, though. I can't stand that. Why did you interrupt Marlon? Oh, notice that too. He deserved to get interrupted. Because he's not about, she said, nah, and I loved it. Exactly. I'm not about to let you talk your shit at all. I'm about to interrupt you. Sorry. I'm here for it. I'm here for her speaking over him and interrupting him. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna go. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Do we have to come back for another video? I think so. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.